Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Homeschool Concierge One-on-One. Paige and I are happy to be here with Rainbow Resource Center. I'm Wendy Eklund. I'm a longtime homeschool mom of 3 and an advocate for school choice, and I'm in Southern California.
Hi, I'm Paige McKinney. I'm a longtime homeschooling, unschooling mom of 3, mostly grown, and we moved from California to Pennsylvania. Hershey, Pennsylvania is where we are now.
And we're with Homeschool Concierge, a nonprofit organization that Paige is going to tell you more about.
Happy to. We are an educational nonprofit run by homeschool parents. We offer free virtual talks like this one year-round on a variety of educational topics. We also have a free monthly newsletter with original articles and resources. And we do important work of monitoring the community and helping it respond to legislation that may impact homeschooling, charter schooling, and school choice in general. We offer access on our website to free resources to help you homeschool. We did offer in-person field trips, and we hope to again soon, as well as educational events and workshops. And we offer homeschool and educational consulting for families, as well as charter school staff who are trying to understand homeschooling better.
And we're thrilled to be here today with Rainbow Resource Center, which is the go-to place for your homeschool curriculum. So thank you, Ruth and Deanne, for being here with us.
Ladies, we would love to give you a chance to introduce yourselves to our audience and tell us a little personal story of how you ended up at such this wonderful organization.
Deanne's gonna go first.
Oh.
She's my elder here.
I have been at Rainbow since 2011 as a curriculum consultant. Prior to that, I actually worked as a registered nurse before I pulled my children out to home educate them back. We won't talk about how long ago. Let's just say I'm a grandma now. So
Congratulations.
but I homeschooled K through 12, graduating both. They both have gone on to college and beyond. So I was very eclectic, meaning I was Charlotte Mason, sort of, unit studies, sort of. I only used textbooks under duress, but there were times that I did use some textbooks. After they were older and we needed to pay for college, I started back into my nursing career and decided I didn't necessarily like where healthcare had gone. So at that time, a job opened up here and I've been here ever since. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it's been awesome. Love it here.
And I started in 2015. Deanne actually told me about an opening and it happened to work out nicely for me. And I started homeschooling in kindergarten with my oldest. I have 4 children. They're in their mid-20s. And we just kept giving it a try. And then they all graduated. So about 16 years altogether. They are really close in age. My style, I had taught previously a little bit in the college environment, very small amount, and also overseas in Hong Kong. And so I started out very schoolish, and then I gave myself freedom to not be that way. And we even had a classroom, and you know, we did the weird stuff like you know. So and then I went into more Charlotte Mason, strong literature base. We did some classical as well. But we lived in the country, so we did a lot of things. We didn't do a lot of community things. We did a lot of, we had our own chickens. We did a lot of creative things in that regard. So that's kind of a hodgepodge. And my background's in English and language arts, and I'm a real fanatic about grammar and English and being a good communicator, both verbally and writing. It's really important to me to have that in people's wheelhouse and for our kids to know how to communicate. So
yeah, it's essential.
Yeah.
I love how you said you kept trying it out and then they graduated. I talk to so many families who it's like, yeah, we take it from year to year. We do the same. I always give my kids the choice of what they want to do, and they always choose homeschooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. So,
Mhm.
Well, that's awesome. I really love hearing those stories. I love how so many people start out a little rigid
Right.
and end up relaxing. You know,
Yeah.
the kids kind of make you relax because you realize,
Mhm.
you know, they have a personality and a will, and they, you know, they're going to have a say in this homeschooling as well.
Right.
We
Um,
actually have 4 other consultants that
Oh.
we're representing today, and they have, we have a wide variety of backgrounds there as well. So we
Well,
wanted
that's
to sort of-
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many, so let's launch into your job then. How many consultants, that's what you both do, right? You're curriculum consultants for Rainbow.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's correct.
There are 6 total of
Okay.
us. Yeah. And probably altogether, we've got 100 years of education background.
Can you tell
That's
us a little bit exactly like what that job entails? What do you do from day to day?
Do you want to explain some of that?
Well, that's not an easy question to answer.
Right.
We basically field questions, whether it's over the phone, on live chat, or through email, just answer questions about learning styles, curriculum choices, or differences between curriculum, and how to find the one that's the best fit for a specific child or family needs. Um,
I think that's a great thing, just if we can go back 1 second, for people to understand that this service is available through Rainbow for families. It's,
for free,
yeah, for free. Like,
completely free.
huge, amazing thing that, you know, because we're on a lot of Facebook groups and we constantly see the questions. Well, what curriculum can you suggest? What curriculum can you suggest? And to know that Rainbow Resource has the 6 of you to be able to help parents decide that, because you can get a lot of different advice on Facebook. And I value that advice as well, because, you know, I'm one of the moms that answers that question. But to know that someone that looks at tons of curriculum every year
yeah.
can also answer that question for us, because I'm only one mom. I've used a lot of curriculum, but not as much as you guys can have your hands on a daily basis.
And I think it's important to remember that so often when you throw out a Facebook question or wherever, because we all do it,
Right.
you'll get all these answers, but you have to remember there's not a perfect curriculum for every single family or every single child.
Right.
Really ask the questions to evaluate what's best for you and your situation. And that's why we're here. We're a lot of times just a sounding board as you think through all the pros and cons and make your decision before you invest a large amount of money.
Sometimes a lot of money, right? Well, yeah, I mean, even with my 3 children, there's been curriculums that work for my oldest that don't work for my youngest, and then the middle one doesn't like any curriculum. So you have to see with every child and how they're going to work with you and how that curriculum is going to work. So I just think this is an amazing resource that Rainbow Resource has.
Yeah, it's amazing. And
I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I just shared the link in the chat because I think, as much as I love this service, I had a hard time finding it. So when you go to the website and you scroll, the way I found it, and you can tell me if this is correct, you scroll down to the bottom and it says our consultants, or something about consulting. And if you click on that, it takes you to a main page where you have the option to call, chat, live chat, or email. Is that the correct way to get there?
There's also a tab that will pop out, at least on laptops and computers. It'll say live chat, and that can connect that way as well.
Okay. But I
Okay,
don't
so
think that's as clear as to what it is. Like, live chat might just make me think, oh, they'll answer my question about how to make a purchase or something like that. So I think the way we found Paige was, it was clear that it was consulting.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, and really just any of those general contact emails or phone numbers, you can ask for us. I mean,
Right.
we're a small, we're a big business, but we're also a small office, small business, very family centered here. And
Yes.
I'm across the hall or across the way from customer service and the other staff. So I mean, we're all in one big office together. So.
you are.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone gets a hold of customer service and says, oh, I have a question about curriculum, they can connect. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, that's great. Yeah, we just want families to know how to find you ladies. Go ahead.
And when you call in, you can punch the line 2. That'll get you a consultant versus an order. So you can always start in with an order or say, can I speak with a consultant? So there's multiple ways, and we have email as well. So that.
So I want to spend a little more time here because I think this is such a valuable service. You mentioned, Ruth, being familiar with Charlotte Mason. So do you have other philosophies that you're familiar with, and do the rest of the consultants kind of span the spectrum of different philosophies?
We do. And, but one of the things that our owners set up when they initiated this service was that we are supposed to familiarize ourselves with all of the curriculum and all of the main methodologies. We have our own background, but we're also supposed to understand any other approach, a traditional approach, which I never used personally in the high school levels, but I have to be familiar with that approach and with how it is handled in specific curriculum. So yes, we do. We have everything from classical to create your own unit study kind of people. What is that how you would call yourself?
Sure. Depends on the day.
Yeah. And so we try to familiarize ourselves with the broad categories of choice, but then also the nuances within that as well. So, yeah.
I really appreciate that. So a Waldorf parent could call and speak to any one of you, or even what about unschooling?
Yes.
Talk to unschoolers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it.
If we're in a bind, if you will, or we're not sure of a direction and we know one of the others, if that's a strength of theirs or they have more familiarity, we bounce our ideas back and forth, or we'll have customers talk to someone else that might be a better fit for what they're after. It's very much a team approach to service the homeschooler versus
That's
and we're
amazing.
all on site, so we can, we can.
You can bounce ideas off each other.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to say, just for our audience who may, there may be unschoolers in the audience, I've had people ask me, well, what do you get at Rainbow Resource? Oh my goodness, people, so much. There are so many kits. Dover coloring books were a favorite of mine. I think you guys still have those kinds of things. Art supplies. Oh, so many things.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the range of things that are available on Rainbow?
Well, if you talk about different kinds of products, there's about 50,000 different items. Our warehouse is 60,000 square feet, and over 1,000 different publishers. So it can range from very traditional classroom, or even the modern day classroom, to very unique. Anything that's included as far as educational goes. So art supplies, pencils, those kinds of things, to curriculum and anything that can be used for education.
I was just saying, if you're thinking of an unschooler, we have a lot of science lab kits that are just kind of freestanding. Canes and Cosmos is one that comes to mind, as well as all the Magic School Bus kits. A wide range of encyclopedias, nature, study type resources or books. We have games, crazy amount of games. Our owners and all of their adult children are huge gamers. So there's a lot of, what would you call those? Cooperative type of games that are, they're educational to some degree, but a lot of strategy games and a lot of those type of things that just make building family memories and bonding together as well as educational. So
yeah, I think I've bought some Ravensburger games from you guys.
Absolutely.
That's
Oh,
a great brand.
Puzzles.
Yeah, they make good puzzles too. Yeah.
on puzzles, we have puzzles.
Yeah.
There's so much. We're just quick question regarding the curriculum consulting. Approximately how much time do you spend with each family? Is there a time limit?
No.
No
No.
time limit, as much time as they need, as many days in a week as they need, as many years in a row as they need.
Right.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
And we have many that we actually have become friends with and,
Mhm.
just, we look for each
Mhm.
other at conventions when we were doing those and.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
such a great business model. I mean, just building that relationship with the families and they feel comfortable purchasing from you because they can talk to you about it before they make the purchase.
right, right.
Are you guys
And
doing any conventions this coming year?
We did a very small, just one workshop type of thing in Iowa, but it was the first year that since the pandemic shut
Right.
down.
You didn't, right.
The problem that we ran into, because a lot of us love exhibits, I'm one that likes, I enjoy
oh
going.
yeah.
Um, we have to make our decision in like January, whether or not we can go and where we'll go. And in January, things were still so up in the air. So they made the decision not to this year. It will be reevaluated this winter
For
again.
the right, right. Well, and it's a huge ordeal just to get you guys there because you take stuff with you that people can flip through and look at and buy and take with them right then and there. And so it's not like, oh, we can just show up and we just get on an airplane. It's like there's shipping stuff and then you have to ship things back. So it's a huge ordeal. So we always appreciate when you guys are at the conventions because we do know how much work that is for you.
It's a lot of work, but it's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Oh,
Right. It is a lot of fun. They're great. Yes.
Yeah, and speaking of a lot of work, you guys take charter school orders,
yes.
and that's a bit of work as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Are you,
actually, we don't know when someone calls and talks to us unless they tell us that they're, what their background is. We talk to everyone. So we talk
right?
to small schools, we talk to charter schools. So we're just available for everybody. So.
And a
Are-
family can call you with a question and then place their order through their charter school. So it's not even like you have to be purchasing direct. You guys are there for any homeschool parent who's placing their order through a charter school through you directly. Right.
Well, and actually, we don't know if you order with us or
Right.
not.
Right.
So that's not a value to us on the consultant line at all.
Yeah.
It's about helping make sure that your needs are met and that we can help you out with your path and homeschooling because it's very important to us.
Right. Maybe talk a little bit about the Rainbow Resource family and how they're so devoted to homeschoolers, where that came from, the little story. Is there an origin story? No.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, the owners, Bob and Linda, are still real actively involved with the business. And they started Rainbow 7 years ago, basically on their porch, selling used curriculum. And as a family business, they were homeschooling at the time, looking for a way to bring in some extra money, like a lot of us do. And it just exploded. And over the few years, I guess, they realized they needed to have access to new workbooks to go with the used teacher guide kind of situation. And it just kind of started the ball rolling. And they've gone from 3 to 4 employees to probably 50 now between the warehouse and the office, between 50 and 55. Of course, there's always more during busy season, temp staff. But as far as full time, there's about 50, 54, don't quote me, mid 50s.
No, right.
Yeah. So it's just gone from 3 or 4 people, to this exploding in a sense business, but they've always kept the mindset that they're here to equip and support all homeschoolers, period. Yeah, just whoever, if you're homeschooling or educating or want to help your kids or grandkids, they want to help you.
Right.
And their mindset.
Yeah.
Their adult children are very involved in the business for the most part, all of them except for maybe a couple of the younger ones. And by youngers, I'm talking 21, 22. But the older ones are all actively involved in the business, or their spouses, because some of them are homeschooling now as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's definitely a homeschool centered business. And I love that. Great. And
Yeah.
so many homeschoolers like to, give business to to people that really understand us as homeschoolers and are part of our community. So I want to be sure that people are clear about how tied to the homeschool community you guys are. So thank you.
Yes, and I was wondering if you guys still have that big Yellow Pages size catalog.
No, sadly.
There it is.
This is how wide it is now. And this is
Oh, right.
new 2020.
Oh my goodness, it's streamlined.
And it is full
Full
color
color.
and
Oh.
Goodness, I remember back in, I think 2004, when I started homeschooling and got that big catalog, hours and hours I poured over it.
Yeah, they streamlined, went to full color, but they've also tried to include more value in the catalog. So if somebody has one, they'll see we have like these curriculum comparison charts,
Oh, that's nice.
subject areas, and they're actually free on our website as well. You don't need to get a catalog.
Oh,
Although-
great. Let me find that link so I can share it in the chat.
Yeah, I
That-
was going to say, and how do you get your hands on one of those?
you can request a catalog
That's the
and
website.
on the website and she's
Right, there's a tab for it, you guys.
Yeah. And you can actually download the digital, which is nice, if you like that, because you can search easily.
Mhm.
And one of my favorite things are the icons underneath, attached underneath each item, in our main catalog. We have things that if you're looking for secular or Christian material, if you're looking for a certain methodology like Charlotte Mason or multisensory, or if you're looking for something that's high or low teacher involvement, you can find all of those things very easily with the icons, and that's a real helpful tool too.
I just wanted to comment as an experienced homeschooler who's ordered from you guys that one of the other benefits is just how flexible you are during the ordering process. I had many times where I needed to add something
Yeah.
and I was able to quickly get that added and it didn't have to become another order. And I just feel like you guys went above and beyond. And I really wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we still try to do that as far as, yeah, adding to orders when we can and keeping things simple for everybody. So
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah.
We really, one thing that's really impressed me is the individuality here. When people are, as I was a customer also, and they really have always been treated as individuals and really wanting to serve the people who call in or who order. And that was a real, real valuable thing to me. I really appreciate that.
Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, does anyone have any questions? Hey, just asking in the chat if any of our attendees have any questions. Is there anything else you guys feel like we should know about Rainbow Resource that maybe people don't already know?
Well, okay, I'll jump in here. On the back of the catalog, but you can actually even find them on our front page of our
Yes,
website.
gotcha.
We have a ton, I was gonna say a boatload, but that can be lost, of free videos on YouTube or Vimeo, depending on your preference. We have a YouTube channel, a Vimeo channel. Part of them are product reviews or explanations. Part of them are workshops that we tend to give in live conventions. We kind of tried to focus on putting those out on the internet this past year when everything kind of shut down. But they're all free resources out there for families to watch, to learn more about curriculum, to learn more about how to get started homeschooling, or the different types of philosophies there are. We have a great number of free workshops available out there.
Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. We actually have an in-house videographer who is that how you say that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Who does all of that for us. So.
Well, that's a really valuable resource as well.
And
So, oh, here's the link. Paige put the link in for the free.
Awesome. Thank you, Paige.
Thanks. And any of the curriculum descriptions are actually written by one of the consultants or someone on staff. So we You will see typically on the website, you'll see a product description, individual product description, then you might see publisher description. And those product descriptions are written by someone who's really looked at the curriculum, looked at that product, evaluated it, and given a rainbow view of it and put it on there. So sometimes the name will be attached on there and you'll know Ruth wrote that article. We need to talk to her about that one.
Right.
So that's really cool because everything is looked at and examined and evaluated and presented from our viewpoint as far as homeschoolers go.
It's really nice to know because instead of just taking whatever the company says is their description, you have that included, but you guys write your own kind of review of what it is. I love that. Oh,
We have a question from Amelia. She'd like to know if you guys will be attending the Great Homeschool Convention this year.
Unfortunately, no, not this year. Hopefully next year again, we'll be
The
back on the road. Yeah.
right. And the reason for that was because when they had to make the decision to
Yeah,
travel, COVID was still happening, things were still shut down, so they didn't know if it's not worth spending all that money to make those plans and then to have to cancel it. So that's why they're holding it off until the following year. Am I explaining that right?
We're explaining that right, yeah. By the time the decision had to be made, then everything had shut down or was still in limbo, I should say. Yeah.
Right. So we're looking forward to the next school year.
yeah. When would be the first anticipated convention people could find you at?
It would be 2022.
February, March.
And we always put those on our website too, conventions, and we list the ones that we have signed up for. Great Homeschool is one of them for sure.
That we usually do,
Yeah,
It's a tab too. It's called Exhibit Schedule.
that's right. You can find everything on their website.
We like tabs.
That's right. Right.
Perfect. I'm just going to share that.
Thank you.
In
You've done a
chat.
great job with that. by
Yes,
the way.
Paige is great with those. And we'll have to put them all in the,
We'll send notes out to all of the attendees with these links.
Super.
that way if they didn't get it out of the chat, they can have it.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
Do
So
you
when-
guys
Go ahead, Paige.
do you guys go through any kind of vetting process where you might take out curriculums, not offer them anymore, or I mean, you're always offering new ones. Are you just always expanding, or is there a little bit of like weeding out happening?
Well, some of it happens naturally because publishers will change their product or there's a natural attrition. There can be a low sales kind of thing if we feel like customers are not, that's not working for customers, but that's usually a lengthy amount of time before that comes. But yeah, it's an organic process for sure, I think. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think she explained it well. I mean, if things go out of print or a publisher pulls it from being available to the homeschool market, then we would discontinue it. But as long as it's something that's quality that they seem, people still want to buy or want to know about, we tend to
The flip
just
side
keep
of that,
adding.
the flip side of that is that we do, we have customers say, hey, we're interested in this product. Are you guys going to carry it? And so we do take customer requests a lot and forward that to the marketing department. And we often will add that if a customer asks for it. So there's some extenuating factors, but we really like hearing from customers what they'd like to have us carry.
Well, that's great. I really appreciate that. There's also a clearance section. And so that's probably, is that part of the process where it might hit the clearance section before it's gone?
A lot of times, yes. Yeah, it will kind of end up there as it's going away, so to speak. Yeah. And sometimes the clearance is just things that we have a lot of stock of that we may be over ordered for.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Right now, there's 1,344 items in your clearance section.
It's your lucky day.
Great.
And while we're talking about the website a little, I just wanted to recommend to anybody who is shopping on Rainbow to use all of the filters, all of the ways that you can sort to find what you're looking for. You can sort by subject. You can sort by grade level. Am I missing anything, ladies?
What sorting is one way to do that, and then also, and you've done a good job explaining that it's more of a looking through file, like a file cabinet kind of approach. But there's also, if you're searching, and since we have so many thousands of things, you found one item that you're interested in, there's a what
Link across the
there are links across the top above the picture that will help you find things in similar categories. So if you find one crazy product that you're really interested in, maybe you're looking for sensory items for your child, then you can find other sensories because we've linked them in different groups together. And that's a neat way to find things as well.
Can, is that part of what the consulting might offer?
camera slid.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, our camera just slid. So I'm gonna fix
We
that.
see the desk, we see the catalog.
Yeah.
But if I understand your question, basically, yes, if you're on the website and you're looking for similar products and you're having trouble narrowing it down to what you're looking for, yes, they can live chat, they can call, and we can help them find similar products, or at least
Great.
either tell them about them or direct them to an easier way to find them in a category.
I have no
Nice.
idea how to keep.
Yeah. Other questions from our attendees?
Okay, Deanne, I'm gonna try.
There, it's working.
There. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I know it's not the best.
Oh, I think you fixed it.
Okay,
And
here we go.
related to the searching and the sorting and the shopping, you guys have a wish list function as well, which, you know, talking about Amazon, which not a lot of us like, I guess, anymore. But the wish list function is really helpful.
Yeah.
And you can actually create a wish list per child as well, or per school year, and just keep track of all the things you're considering. You don't, that
Oh.
wish list never has to become a purchase or a cart. It can just be a list of the different things you found that you want to compare down the road, and you can organize those in that wish list once you sign up for it, you know, which helps streamline your research.
And all it's doing really is just recording for you. And it's stored indefinitely. So I still have stuff from probably 7 years ago I haven't cleaned out. So it's there. And I find it really helpful for customers because they can do some projected planning, or they're on our website and they found something they were interested in, and they can just put it in that wish list and look at it later and not get lost from what they were looking at.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So on the wish list, just real quick, because you mentioned charter schools earlier, if you create a wish list for your child and you're with a charter school, you can actually email that list to your ES at your charter school you're working with. So they have everything right there in front of them as well.
The perfect tip.
Or grandparents for
Or
Christmas,
grandparents
right?
for Christmas. Grandparents love it too.
Yeah.
Well, and sometimes like you'll be online looking at things and then suddenly a child needs something. And if you just click to put it on your wish list, you can come back and not forget about it. Often I'll be like, well, what was it I was looking at? I really liked this thing about it, but I don't remember the name of it. And then you can't find it. But if you put it on that wish list, you can find it. So use that tool for sure. Right.
Absolutely. And I don't think there's a very large limit to that. Many lists can be created.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's really generous. Do you guys have any other resources that we've missed that we haven't covered on the website, or that that you offer as consultants? Anything that we haven't covered that you want to share?
We're thinking.
Great.
We have social media. Obviously, we're on Instagram and Facebook. And so that's a tool that people use a lot.
Homeschool Forum.
Yeah.
On the front page of the website, there's actually something called Our Homeschool Forum, which has got a lot of articles. There's a forum there, but I don't know how active it is anymore. It's basically a page we've set up, but we put content out there and help other bloggers and things put content out there. But we don't moderate it or do anything like that with it. But there's art lessons from Sharon Jeffus. There's a couple of years worth of art lessons on there for free.
Wow.
Sharon Jeffus, I write when I can, a monthly unit study with links that's out there for free, as well as all the different articles and other helpful things. So I think it's a great resource for people as well for just kind of pulling things in. So
I found it, I shared it.
E-newsletter you can sign up for too, that will have these articles in them when we publish them, and also sales or new products are listed in that. That's a real handy thing.
I see. It looks like, because the way I found it was at the bottom of the page. I think it says our community,
Yes.
yeah.
and then it takes you to an entirely different website, very shiny, pretty one.
Yeah.
Beautiful blog posts, and you can sign up for, is that where you sign up for the newsletter?
That one.
No.
The newsletter sign up is on the front page.
Yeah, I think it's on the bottom too. But
On the
you
bottom of the main page.
email us and say, I
Yeah.
want to be put on that, but
Okay.
there is that. And yeah, our homeschool forum is a separate website, but it's part of the Rainbow community.
It's really wonderful, you guys. You've sorted the blog articles by category, college bound, home life. You've got interactive lessons, video lessons.
That's some of our older workshops, I think. Maybe some of the new ones are there too, but it's some of our older ones, as well as the Sharon Jeffus ones should be there as well, the art lessons. Or they're in there somewhere, yeah.
Cooking in the classroom. It makes me want to homeschool all over again.
Did you do that?
I did.
Yeah.
That was a fun one. I was
Yeah.
the assistant chef on that one. I wasn't the full chef. I was the assistant. It was a fun one to do.
Well, that is a great resource. I had not seen that before, so thank you.
Sure. And I think that
If we have any other questions? I'm not seeing any other questions. If anyone has questions, please let us know before we end. But did you have any other questions, Peach?
No, I think we covered everything, really. I mean, we couldn't possibly cover everything, but
Great.
we covered quite a bit.
one in our search bar, if you type the word resources, is that right? Then you will have access to a lot of these handouts that we have, a lot of the curriculum comparison charts, and these are the ones that are in the catalog, but there's these are all the math programs that we carry, probably 48 major math programs, and they're compared by grade level, by cost, methodology, and teacher involvement, that kind of thing. And then we have some others from workshops that we've done. There are handouts there. So if you type in the word resources, you will get linked to that resource and you'll be able to find a lot of PDFs that are very, very helpful, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay. I didn't know about that either.
We've got lots of things.
Right, exactly. Yes, no, this has been super handy. There you go. They've been resources. Okay, perfect. All right, well, I don't see any other questions, and it seems like people are signing off. So I was gonna do the drawing unless you guys have anything else to share.
Please do. Please do. We love that.
Yay!
All right, so I have them in a bowl and I'm not gonna look.
Yay.
All right, so we have 3. The first one is Jennifer Carter. So yay, Jennifer, we will be emailing you And I want to hold them above my head so nobody thinks I'm peeking. The next one is Stacy Vinson. Yay. All right. We'll be emailing you. And then we have one more. Mix them up. And the last one is Angie Austin, who I think already got off, but we will email her.
Okay,
Yep.
fabulous.
Yay.
Thank you so much. And
Congratulations.
thank you for offering that to our watchers or viewers.
Sure. Wonderful. I'm
All right.
excited.
So generous. It's a
Yeah.
$25 gift certificate.
Mhm.
So nice. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
well, we didn't have much to do with that personally, but we love to give that away. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, and you dedicated this time to be here with us and answer our questions. So we appreciate that as well.
Well,
Really
thank you for
glad.
the opportunity. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
And as you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. It's consultants@rainbowresource.com.
Oh, awesome. All right. We'll be sure to share that as well. Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
have a wonderful day. Thanks for being
you.
here.
Bye-bye.
Ladies, thank you again.
Bye-bye.